Our crews are beginning to line up at the stake boat for event number 3 on today's race program. This will be the men's collegiate varsity C. This is the third of 3 heats. And we've already had qualifiers of British Columbia, Notre Dame, University of California, Irvine, and UCLA. And this will bring forward 2 more crews to the final, second crew to the petite. And we'll go down to SeaWorld and Jim Ferguson.
It's Jorgensen. Here we are at the starting line. Event number 3, men's collegiate varsity. Lane 1, Oklahoma City University. They're the stars. Lane number 2, Drexel. Lane 3, Washington State. Lane 4, University of San Diego. Lane 5, University of Minnesota. California in 6, and in lane 7, Arizona State. And we have a start. All boats away cleanly. A big explosion in lane number 2 as Drexel, the Dragons, pull out to an early lead. Followed by Oklahoma City in lane 1. And then in lane 3, Washington State. And then from there, it's in lane order for 4, 5, 6, and 7. But right off the start, Drexel put the hammer down, and now they lead by 4 seats. That second spot's being contested by Washington State. Little bit of a crab over there in lane 1 with Oklahoma City. But Drexel now establishes a good rhythm, and they're almost a full boat length in the lead. Coming up to 500 meters, it's Drexel, followed by Oklahoma City, followed by Washington State, then University of Minnesota, UC San Diego, the California Lightweights, and Arizona State. 500 complete.
The men's collegiate varsity C underway. Call from the start line. Jim Jorgensen, longtime coach at Orange Coast College. Checking our lane assignments. Oklahoma City is in lane number 1, and they're currently in second spot. Drexel University in lane number 2, a very strong start, and they're commanding in that first position. In lane 3, Washington State University. University of San Diego is in lane 4. Out of lane 5 comes University of Minnesota. Cal is in lane 6. This is their lightweight crew. And Arizona State University is outside in lane number 7.
So far this season, Oklahoma City, I have no form on them, although I believe they may have raced against in-town rivals Central Oklahoma recently. Drexel in lane 2, they've had quite a bit of racing so far. They've beaten Fordham, St. Joseph's twice, Washington College, Franklin and Marshall, Villanova twice, Lehigh, Rutgers, Camden, Vassar and LaSalle, and their only loss so far this season is to Virginia. Washington State have not raced so far this year. San Diego, they've beaten Gonzaga but lost to UC San Diego, Orange Coast and UCLA. Minnesota, like Bates in the last race, coming from the Snow Belt. No form yet so far this season. This is their first competitive hit out. California Lightweights, they've beaten Santa Clara, Humboldt State, Cal Maritime and Pacific, but gone down to Sacramento State and Sonoma State. Arizona State in the outside lane, fairly new program from Tempe, Arizona. They have no early season form, although they may have raced in the Desert Sprints in February, but not against collegiate opposition. 2 to go through to the grand final, next 2 to the petite final, next 2 to the third level final.
Our crew is coming into the area that is most troubling for our crews because there is no windbreak there as it comes to the Ingram Street Bridge. And Oklahoma City was affected by it just a little bit as they had to make a course correction right at the very point that that wind has started. Continuing in the first spot is Drexel University. And then there is open water back actually in 6th, and Arizona State University in that 7th position.
With 2 to go through, it looks like Drexel are in the driving seat at the moment. Oklahoma City University are hanging on to their coattails very grimly. And the scrap for the second qualifying spot is the challenge is going to come from Washington State and the University of San Diego, but Minnesota have not given up hope.
Just as you say that, Charles, on the outside in lane number 4, University of San Diego kicked it in a bit, and they have the momentum right now. And we'll see if they have an opportunity to close that gap as Washington State has responded and is holding them off. Still in the gold jerseys on the front is Drexel University. They had a tremendous start, according to Jim Jorgensen, our race start announcer, and he is currently holding on to a strong start position with Drexel in that first spot. Along the shoreline, this is Oklahoma City University. Washington State is on the outside, and they are trying to fight off the University of San Diego, making a charge, but it looks like Oklahoma City has picked up the pace and dropped into that 2nd position. It is Drexel on the lead. Oklahoma City along the shoreline, fighting it out for that 2nd spot with about 6-seat lead over Washington State and the University of San Diego. Minnesota coming up on the far outside, and trailing is the Cal lightweight crew and Arizona State University. It is Drexel kind of in a glide here. It is Oklahoma City putting on a strong showing at the end and fighting off Washington State and the University of California, San Diego. Check that University of San Diego. It looks like USD may pick up that 3rd spot, but back to the start and the finish line. Drexel is the unofficial winner. Oklahoma City in 2nd spot, and then it's real close to call between Washington State and the University of San Diego for those final 2 positions. Trailing is the University of Minnesota, the Cal lightweight crew, and Arizona State University. Going to take a look at that finish once again. This is Drexel coming across strong, and they pick up about a 5-seat win with Oklahoma City. And now we come down to that fight for the 3rd spot, and it looks like just barely University of San Diego held on, and Washington State came in 4th position. This is University of Minnesota crossing the line. But once again, the unofficial winner would be Drexel University, and moving forward, and Oklahoma City University out of Oklahoma City is in that 2nd spot. Next up on our racing will be the women's side of the collegiate varsities.